welcome back to the channel. As you guys saw, we loaded up the Kooks headers from the Corvette into the truck. As you guys can see, they're behind me. You guys might be wondering what we're doing with that. Well, since we've got to take the entire exhaust off to get the transmission and drivetrain out, I decided to go ahead and get the headers coated. There are many companies out there that are similar to Jet Hot in this ceramic coating business, and we're not talking about, you know, wax and detailing ceramic coating. We're talking about actual header coating, and one of these companies is local to me. Like, it's just a 15-minute drive, and the name of that company is Calico Coatings. Sounds like the cat, C-A-L-I-C-O Coatings. And I actually found out about this company from a friend of mine. He bought some used headers off another friend for his SS, and he ended up looking this place up, dropped his headers off, and got the headers back in like a week, and it was like 200 bucks. For 200 bucks, since I've got to take my headers off anyway, I might as well do the same thing. So we've got the headers off, we're headed up to Calico, and the thought behind this is basically to help trap the heat within the exhaust, get it out from the engine bay, you know, so it goes with the exhaust, and basically helping lower underhood temperatures. And in theory, this might help lower IATs, just because we're getting another heat source under control and out from underneath the car. Plus, we've got the hood vents, you know, stuff like that. So just another one of those things that I may not see a performance gain, like a real horsepower gain, but just recovery time, coolant temperature dropping time, and just overall making the car run a little bit cooler in the engine bay. So, you know, that's all I got to have. Everything impacts one another, and this will be one of those just mods where we won't really see a horsepower gain, but we'll just see a thermal recovery gain. You know, hopefully that transitions to cooler IATs and just running at a cooler temperature. I don't know about you guys, but this looks like a launch pad I may have just discovered. There's definitely some stripes down the road, and definitely a burnout box back there. So I actually passed the coating place. It's up here on the right. They didn't have a huge sign, or their shrubs are too big, whatever you want to say. But this should be it right here. Yep, Calico Coatings, if y'all can see that behind the bush. Alright guys, we just dropped off the headers, and they basically had 3 options. It was black, a chrome, or a gray color. I actually decided to go with the chrome color. I know black has been my thing, but the headers are so far down in the engine bay, you're not going to be able to see them. I decided just to go with the chrome just because it was something different, you know, break up the engine bay a little bit. Plus, honestly guys, with the LS, you're not going to see the exhaust anyway. So I figured, why hide the black? Just go with the chrome, that way it stands out a little bit. But both are high temp heat. I think they're good to 2,000 degrees, something like that. And obviously, you know, we're not having a turbo with a turbo blanket or anything. If we were doing that, yeah, I'd probably go with the black. But with these just being, you know, supercharged V8, no crazy fuel or anything, their 2 coatings were both going to hold up about the same. So decided on the chrome. Well, it's honestly just the same color as the Jet Hot, that like semi-glossy, painted, like silver color. It's not chrome at all, but we'll get those back in 8 to 10 days. And the cost was actually the same between the black and the chrome. If there was to be a huge price difference, I probably would have skipped the chrome, but like I said, about 240 bucks for that, and we'll get it back within 8 to 10 days. So we'll pick this up video then when we get the headers and get them. Alright guys, it's been about 10 days or so. Actually, it's been a little bit longer than that. They gave me a call last week. I was out of town on vacation, so it's been probably about 2 weeks, but that's my problem, not theirs. And we are headed to Calico to pick up the headers. like I said, they gave me a call middle of last week, and I got home over the weekend, and obviously they weren't open. So today's Monday. It's been approximately 2 weeks, but like I said, 5 or 6 days of that is my problem because I was out of town on vacation. So headers are done. Let's go pick them up. All right, guys, we just left Calico. The coating, I actually didn't, well, I looked at it a little bit. It looked good. Basically, they have the headers wrapped up, boxed up, and we'll just get that opened up when we get home. But I was there for less than 10 minutes and found out something else. They actually do piston coating. So they do like, you know, that anti-friction wear coating on the sides of pistons. And you can get that done on some pistons, and they also do the tops. It's been a long time since I've looked into that stuff, but I believe it's like an anti-wear coating on the side of the piston and the top. I think it's to help reduce temperature. Something like that. Like it's supposed to, it's a thermal coating, I believe, on the top. So, something like that. That is something definitely to consider. You know, if I end up having to build a new motor, like a forged bottom end, that definitely would be something I consider because, like I said earlier, they're 10-15 minutes just down the road for me. So, but now that we have the headers, we'll head home and get these things opened up. As you guys can see behind me, we still have the Corvette on the lift, and we have the transaxle on the ground, the diff, trans, and the axles. And so you guys know that we're, you know, knee deep in this clutch project and all the other upgrades we're doing at the same time. So, like I was saying, since it's all apart, I had to take the headers out to get the bell housing out, so why not get this done? And here is going to be the big reveal. Guys, take a look at this. I cannot believe at how much these cleaned up. Mind you guys that these headers were 4 or 5 years old and had probably a good 30,000 miles on them. So while that isn't a ton of miles, but I mean, you know, there was anti-seize that had like melted to the header. They got that off. So they obviously blasted them with some kind of compound, and then when they coated it, then I believe they threw them in a tumbler with polishing stones and stuff in, and that's how they get the finish. But guys, look at that. Like, I am seriously impressed. And here is the passenger side header. And even look at the Kooks logo. That cleaned up real well too. So they obviously cleaned up the entire header, and wow, guys, yes, you can see some of the coating inside the pipes, but it almost looks like the pipes are clean. Like they may have dipped these in some kind of, I wouldn't want to call it an acid, but some kind of chemical that stripped all of the exhaust combustion out, because these things were dirty as hell. Yeah, look inside there. That's fully polished, not polished, but that's fully silver as well. You guys wouldn't imagine the amount of soot, carbon, and, you know, just your exhaust byproduct that was inside the pipes. I mean, heck, look at the Corsa. That has a little bit of a leak around it, but look inside here. That stuff is black. And they managed to get the inside of these pipes clean. I am thoroughly impressed. Yes, I've lost that purple bluing of the pipes, but also the rest of the pipe had just turned this amber brown color, like as you guys can see right there. And yeah, so that's a major difference between that mid pipe and that coated header. Now they offer, like I said, they offer 2 or 3 different types of coating. This is good up to 1500 degrees. The black I just read online is good up to 1800 degrees. Now if we had a turbo application, I would have absolutely done that black coat. Like I said, 1850, 1850 degrees, something like that. But for 1500 degrees, you know, these will be fine, and because our car definitely isn't making that much heat. But, you know, they get hot, but it isn't making that much heat. So, in closing, I really have nothing to complain about Calico. Yes, it took roughly 2 weeks, but like I said, mostly that's on me. Plus, the other selling factor is not only am I helping a local business, which is always a good thing, but also, I don't have to pay to ship these things. I may have the Kooks box that these came in. I may have that in storage somewhere, but I kind of doubt it. Boxing these up and shipping them off to Jet Hot or something like that, the shipping alone would have been $150 each way. I've had to do that in the past, and that was 15 years ago when shipping was a lot cheaper than it is now. I've actually done Jet Hot, sent them out, got coated, but this, literally get in my truck, throw these in the back seat, go, come back. So that was the selling factor for me. I didn't have to ship it. I'm supporting local business. We're getting the exhaust appearance and performance with getting that coating done and maybe reduce IATs. So maybe that's 4 wins on this. If you guys have a coating job that needs to get done, obviously I would recommend Calico. This is not sponsored in any way. This was just, I found out about this company through friends, sent them out. And also, the coating business in general, maybe you guys want to look locally. Just type in like exhaust coating, ceramic coating, or whatever it's called, and maybe you guys can find other companies. I'm local to Calico, so that's who we went with. If I was local to Jet Hot, I would probably send them there. I think these products are similar enough to where you're not going to have an issue. So that's just full disclosure. You know, I believe this type of product can be done anywhere. You know, it just depends who's local to you. So, on that note, if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a big thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, please do. And if you have, and you want to know when I upload new content, hit that bell notification button down below. That way you know when new content gets uploaded. And as we've always said, if you want to help support the channel, click all the links below. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.